So, today we're at Stone Age Climbing Gym, one of my favorite places in the world, and we're going to try something new here. I think we're going to call it Game and Climb. It's a working title. Well, let's go on and get started with this. The article I wanted to talk about today is titled The Deprofessionalization of Video Games. When this article popped up in my newsfeed, I had to read it over. The large picture of this article touches on the shifting landscape of the industry professional, and larger teams giving way to smaller teams. One thing that the author pointed out at PAX East was many of the teams didn't go over 3 members, meaning a couple of things. They are more generalist, and if you read between the lines, a fair amount of work is being contracted out. So before I continue on with this article, I'd like to talk about this climb. Well, the wall right now, because honestly, I'm about to fall off of this one because balance is something else on this particular climb. But no, this wall is really cool. It's super slick, so you can't really smear on it. And the art on it is pretty awesome. And there I go. Okay, back on topic here. I think what really hurt the gaming industry are some of these bloated teams. Let's take a look back through history. The original Sonic the Hedgehog game was developed by 7 people. Mario 3 was a team built over 10 but under 20. If you want to get a little bit closer to today, No Man's Skies was built off of 17 people to start off with. And then we have other games like Clair Obscura Expedition 33, which I'm going to say technically has 34 members because the dog is part of it. And then we have Sea of Stars, which also has about 33 members. Only 23 of those members are core members, with the other ones being collaborators. Another point that the author brings up in this article is who gets left behind. And I'll tell you right now, a lot of us get left behind. Every year there seems to be that one huge indie game and it overshadows pretty much everybody else. Last year's Balatro, but we were lucky enough to still hear about Animal Well. If we want to talk about the granddaddy of these type of games, Stardew Valley. And even in today's world, Stardew Valley is still overshadowing a lot of indie games. But it's not always about being on top of the mountain. A lot of us just wanted to make a game and then share it with the world. As long as you get your game out, I'd say that's a win. Okay, let's take a break from talking about games because I really want to talk about this climb. It's only a V4, V5 if you do it the intended beta, but I wanted to have some fun with it. So I decided to dyno halfway up it. It's a lot more fun, completely unnecessary, but it's still quite a bit of fun. There's gonna be another dyno coming up pretty soon here that I've got to share with you guys. Speaking of that dyno, here it is now, but I'm gonna get back on topic here while this is playing through. Another thing that he had mentioned in his article is the creatives need a space, and I'd say we have those spaces. Much like what YouTube has done for indie film makers, Steam has done for indie game developers. I mean, it's not that hard to get your game on Steam, so we definitely have a place to put our games. The only downside is it's still very difficult to compete with some of these larger games, even the larger indie games. And I don't even want to get into the many, we'll call them fun little anime games that release daily on Steam. There's one more climb that I do want to talk about, but I want to finish up this article before we get there. The deprofessionalization of the gaming industry, I just don't think exists. Yeah, the bigger studios are getting challenged by small teams or even single devs, and I think that's a good thing. This isn't deprofessionalization, this is inclusion. It's easier now to make a game than it ever was, and there are some stories that we may have never been able to experience if it wasn't for this. Let's just call this really what it is. It's a form of gatekeeping, and we see this in pretty much every industry. But in the creative industries, they get broken down, someone has a fit, but we continue on. So, deprofessionalization? No. But inclusion. I think that's the word we need to go for. And when is inclusion ever a bad thing? Okay, with that article done, this climb is the one I'm really proud of. It's a V89 and I had fought with it for about a week or so. It's super powerful and I'm so glad I was able to get this recording before they took it down, because they took it down the next day. I cut loose quite a bit here, but I just wasn't going to be able to get my foot on that second hold, so we do what we gotta do. Just like in game development, right? Alright, so with the article and the climbing all done with now, I'd like to announce that I am about to launch a Kickstarter campaign, so please go support me over there. Just search up Desert Tsunami or Vita, the Ember Oracle, and we will be continuing on with the RPG Maker MZ tutorial series. Until next time, keep playing and keep active. Bye for now.